A centre of influence brings hope and healing in Bangalore, India. A student finds Jesus in an unlikely place, and we visit the Mission 360 kitchen. That and much more coming up next. Hello and welcome to Mission 360, coming to you today from Haifa in Israel. And as you can see, Haifa is a port city and it's built in terraces coming from the coastline up all the way up the northern slopes of Mount Carmel. And of course, Carmel is well known as the place where the prophet Elijah was put the prophets of Baal to the test, and fire came down from heaven to confirm that God was the all-powerful God. Wonderful story. And we'll be looking at wonderful stories of mission around the world on today's program. And first up, let's travel to India to visit a centre of influence.
Across the street from the Vibrant Life Medical and Wellness Clinic is another healthcare center. Hepzibah works at the center across the street, but she often visits Vibrant Life and refers some patients there. It's in this Adventist health center that she herself found hope and healing. At Vibrant Life, Hepzibah and members of her family received natural treatments that improved their health in ways they did not think was possible.
I could literally feel that pain relieving out of me, and it was a great experience. Since then, I've just been visiting them very frequently. And my mother-in-law is also a diabetic patient. So for almost close to 8-9 years, we haven't seen her sugar levels come down lesser than 390. We've tried all treatments and that hasn't brought the sugar levels down.
But after 3 months of counseling, a special diet, and some medication, this picture changed dramatically.
Last month, her sugar levels were 97, which was unbelievable for us.
Today, many people come to the Vibrant Life Medical and Wellness Clinic because of Hepzibah's enthusiastic referral.
Every day, at least 2 patients have been sending in here referring.
This Adventist center offers natural treatment solutions for chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. Doctors Narendra and Daisy Rao teach their patients about the impacts of lifestyle choices on their health. The staff puts on health expos coupled with screenings and counseling to raise awareness of relevant topics for this community. Patients of all classes are treated here, from the poor and needy to orphans next door, to the wealthy who are looking for an alternative to the side effects of long-term medication.
There is a great need for lifestyle interventions in our country because we have at present nearly 70 million people with diabetes and about 30 million with heart disease and another 30 million who are obese.
Vibrant Life doctors provide affordable services. The goal is to attract patients at a price point that is competitive yet fosters sustainability, so this small mission clinic can continue to grow.
And so we have proposed a bigger center which will include all kind of services, including diagnostics, nutrition counseling, health food store and restaurant, exercise facility, a swimming pool, and above all, a training center. We have no training center in India to train our gospel workers in medical missionary work. So we want this center to be a center of influence where we can help our workers to reach out to the community through health evangelism.
Your support of Global Mission helps Vibrant Life and other Life Hope centers. Please pray for the health ministry work in this large metropolis. Pray that this clinic can become a model for many more in the vast country of India.
My guest is Pastor Sergey, and we are here in Haifa, Israel. And directly behind you, Sergey, is the Life and Hope Center.
Yeah.
Now, can you explain for me where exactly are we located?
So it's a very interesting question, because we were praying for a long time to be in the middle of the living life, I would say, in the middle of where people just walking and living and passing by. So we are locating now in downtown of Haifa, in a very, very popular place and street, Ben Gurion. So thousands of people passing by here, we have all the nice restaurants here and the shopping center and people living around, and of course we have the beauty of the Haifa, the face of the Haifa. It's the Bahai's Gardens. So we are locating just in front of Bahai Gardens, and many tourists just coming here, and it's very popular and very known place in Haifa.
Right, so we're in downtown Haifa, beautiful street down to the water, to the port, the Bahai headquarters, and right here.
And right here, yes, we have Life and Hope
Yeah,
Center of Seventh-day Adventists.
And the beauty of it too is that it's so welcoming, because you've got the glass frontage here, and you can just open up those doors, and it's not difficult for people to connect.
Yeah, this is what exactly we wanted. First of all, we don't have a wall that separates us and people. Each activity in the evening, when we turn the light on, and people just passing by and they see what's happening inside. And for instance, during the week, we have a Bible class here, and we have a table, and we sit around the table, and we have a screen behind us, and on the screen we write, "Welcome to the Bible class. You're welcome." And people just walking by, and they see what we are doing. And one lady, she just opened the door and she said, "If I could enter, because I saw the welcome, we have a Bible study class." And I said, "Yes, of course." Her name Nelly, and now she's preparing herself to be in
Baptism?
no baptism. Yes,
Fantastic.
in a baptism. Yeah.
Wonderful. Why don't you take us inside and let's have a look inside, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Please.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, so here we are in the center itself, and looking out here, I love to have the glass connection. That's wonderful.
Yeah. This was from first time it was not usual, because we do our activity here and people just see what we are doing. But
Right.
But later on, I understood that it was very nice idea behind this, because what we are doing, we are open to the world, and people passing by, they see us. They looked up Life and Hope Center of Seventh-day Adventists, and today it's just a small task for us explaining to the people who are the Seventh-day Adventists. That's all.
Right.
It's like a prophecy. The stones will preach.
Right.
So the stones are preaching, so we are explaining the sermon of the stones.
Okay, that's just wonderful. And Christ's method was that we were to mingle with people, and too often our Adventist institutions are separate from where the people are, but this is right in the middle. And
Yeah, we're right in the middle. And during the feast, we are using a lot to be with the people during the feast, because here, especially in this part of the Haifa, many people coming, to see the lights, to see the beauty of the feast, to sit in the restaurant and to eat something, to walk and to see the beauty of the Bahai Gardens. And we're using this. We are preparing some activities. And during the last Christmas and Hanukkah feast, we organized here an event. Inside we had an exhibition of
paintings?
Yes. It was 8 paintings from the beginning to the Revelation, Book of Revelation, explaining all the Bible. We have here a small classic concert, piano and violin, and we had the children. They sing songs together outside of the building. And during this activity, we received here in our building, this small room, about 500 people visited us during 3 hours.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic, yes.
Wonderful. And so what other things have you done in this space? You've had the art exhibitions, you've had music, every week you have Bible study.
We have Bible study, and we're starting to have a movie club. when we invite people to see the movies and to speak about it and
To discuss it?
to discuss the subjects and everything. And now we have an idea to start a Shachmat club.
What is that?
Shachmat, it's a desk
A game.
a game,
Okay.
desk game, yeah.
Okay, oh, very
Yeah.
good. And downstairs, what is downstairs?
Downstairs we have a nice kitchen, and once a month we have cooking classes.
Okay.
And before the cooking class, we have here the theory. So once 2 weeks, we have a lecture
Yes, on nutrition and
on nutrition and the food and the health lifestyle. And the second 2 weeks, once the second 2 weeks, we have a cooking class downstairs.
terrific. Okay, let's go and have a look at the rest of the center.
Yeah, you are
Okay,
welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so Pastor Sergey, this is the next floor up, and what happens here?
Yeah, actually here we have a place where the congregation meets together.
Good. So
And
it's a
during
nice
the
space.
Sabbath, we have 75 seats here, and more than 75 people coming. So they're sitting on the stairs here, they're standing in the corridor, but we hopefully praying that we will find a solution for this.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go upstairs to the
Yeah.
top. So Sergey, here we are on this beautiful rooftop. What do you use this space for?
Yeah, in the evening especially, we use this place, the beautiful view of the Mediterranean Sea and the Baha'i Gardens. We use this floor for the social meetings, like family meetings. We invite non-Adventist families to be here because everyone wants to be here, it's the best view here. Yes. The fresh breeze, and we have tables and we finger food and we talk together, we discuss some issues, and it's
Wonderful.
yeah.
And I would like to see one day a cafe here, a vegetarian cafe. What a fantastic location.
Yes, probably yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sergey, for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
And viewers at home, please pray for this center. It's a wonderful location. It is connecting with the community, making a difference here. And we'll be right back with more Mission 360 right after this break. Welcome back to Haifa, and more specifically to the headquarters of the Baha'i Faith. And you can see down here the beautiful terraces leading down to street level and the lovely gardens. And the Baha'i Faith is very interesting. They teach the unity of all religions, of all faiths. And they look back to their spiritual precursor, a man by the name of the Bab, who in Iran declared his mission in the very interesting year of 1844. Well, next up, let's travel to the Mission 360 kitchen for a delicious international recipe.
Welcome to our Mission 360 kitchen. And we're going to try a really good salad today. It's called spring radish salad. Very easy.
I'm so curious about this recipe because I've only had radishes as a side dish.
Well, that seems to be what we mostly do in North America, but in places like Hungary, where this recipe is from, and other places in Eastern Europe, radishes are a really important part of the meal. They play a much bigger role. So we're going to have a radish salad today.
Let's do it.
Okay, it's so simple. There's hardly any ingredients to be used in it, but I think it's going to be a hit. So we start out with about 2 cups of radishes chopped, and so we can just put those in the bowl.
Okay.
And that works out to about 2 bunches. And again, it's one of those recipes where you don't have to be so exact. So you just chop up your radishes, the redder the better, of course. And then we would put in half a cup of yogurt or sour cream, whatever your preference is. This is yogurt that we're using today.
Unsweetened.
Unsweetened. Yes, don't put in the vanilla kind. So we've got the yogurt in there.
Okay.
And then, Kayla, you want to put the fresh dill in?
Yes. I'll leave just a little bit to put on top, maybe.
Yeah, most people will have the dried dill in their cupboards, and that's good, but once you have fresh dill, you're never going to want to turn back. So I highly recommend fresh dill. It makes a lot of difference. I think you'll taste it too when you try it, Kayla.
Oh, for sure.
So we're going to just mix it up. One thing that I learned about this salad is that you don't want to make it too far in advance, because if you do, the radishes with the dressing tends to get a little bit watery. So I would add the dressing just before you're ready to serve it, but certainly you could chop the radishes and get them done ahead of time. Did I ever tell you that I went to Hungary?
No. Tell
It
me
was
more.
wonderful. The people were so friendly there, and I remember we went to a Christmas market, and we walked in, and there was a place that had Hungarian cardigans, and so all I did was I just put my hand on a cardigan. Next thing I know, this shopkeeper had me in the cardigan, buttoned top to bottom, and then she looked at my husband and said, "Give her the Christmas gift." So I now have a cardigan from Hungary, but that was a fun memory.
That's how they get you. That's awesome.
Yes, that's right. So we are going to just spoon some of that up here.
Okay.
Here's a serving for you. I'm going to try to mound it up a little bit. And we have chopped this kind of chunky. You can go fine if you want, but chunky is going to work. And here's our second serving. So I'm just going to mound that up here. It looks a little bit like a Waldorf, so you might want to tell your guests ahead of time that it's radishes, because if they're expecting apples, they're going to be surprised.
Very different flavor. A little bit of spice too.
Yes. Well, let's dress this up with a little bit of radish slice.
Okay. Let's stick it in there.
Nice and easy. That's all there is to it.
It's beautiful.
Shall we try it?
Yes.
Crunchy.
That's a very nice crunch.
I like it.
And I can taste the dill too. It's really
The
good.
dill comes through nice, and the salad dressing, the yogurt just makes it so the radishes are not so tart. So it's a good recipe. Give it a try. Add cucumbers if you like, but otherwise enjoy it just with these simple ingredients. Thanks for joining us at Mission 360 Kitchen.
Next up, we meet a student living in a part of the world where it can be very challenging to be a Christian.
Being a Christian in a closed country is not easy. Sharing your faith in God can have terrible consequences. You don't see the true value of Christianity until your faith is tried in a place like this. When everyone is different, you must hold strong to your beliefs. I moved from my home country because of a scholarship I received. When I arrived in this new nation, I searched for a Christian church family for support, but there was none. Then some friends invited me to meet on Sabbath at an address they would provide. I agreed, and we met at a house that they rented for religious meetings and worship. There, I felt welcomed and at peace. My heart was content, and everyone was really nice. I started learning a lot of new lessons from the Bible. The Sabbath was a new topic for me, and I saw how important and enduring God's law really is. After studying the Bible, I decided to get baptized. It was a good step toward God. Now, I participate in many activities of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. But as I share my faith with others, I find it challenging because we do not have a regular place of worship. We often change meeting locations, moving from house to house for various reasons. We long to have our own permanent place where we can worship. Please pray that we find one soon. And also pray that the government may recognize our church meetings in this country.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Mission 360. And I hope that you've been challenged and inspired by what you've seen and heard. Around the world today, there are so many different types of mission initiatives. In the big cities of the world and in rural areas, many people are coming to know Jesus Christ as their Savior. And I want to thank you for being a participant in Adventist mission. You might ask, well, how am I a participant? Well, every time that you pray for mission, you are participating. And thank you so much for your continuing financial support and also for your personal involvement. Around the world today, there are many people who are working on the front lines of mission, church planters, global mission pioneers. There are people working in centers of influence in the hearts of major cities, many of whom sometimes feel lonely, sometimes even discouraged, and it's so encouraging for them to know that there is a world church praying for them. As a small thank you for your participation in mission, I'd like to send you a free Mission Quarterly. Many of you may have heard stories from this being read every Sabbath during Sabbath school, and you might like to have your own copy where you can read mission stories like you see right here on Mission 360. Well, for Adventist Mission, I'm Gary Krause, and I hope that God will continue to bless you and your families, and that you'll join me next time right here on Mission 360.